Welcome back. This is going to be lesson 3.2, in which we're actually going to create some content and start fleshing out our site. So here I'm back in the admin dashboard of WordPress. Over here in Appearance, you can see all my items. We just came from the themes spot and we were customizing it. Over here, I'm going to go to Pages. I'm going to see all the static content that WordPress kind of created for us. We have a privacy policy. We don't need a sample page. I'm just going to take the sample page, the front page, and I'm going to edit it for our needs. So you'll see this is a really intuitive editor that you can add content just like a word processor would. Here I'm going to label this, let's see, unique, oh god, unique elegant art. And you can use a different title, absolutely. Over here, this content is fine. Here you could talk about your site, talk about your company, who you cater to. You could make this as advanced and long as you wish or as short as you wish. Keep in mind that initially when people land on your site, the visual is going to be really important. People generally don't like to spend too much time actually reading anything on the web anymore. So I'm going to keep it short. I'm going to just leave the content that's there. I'm going to go over here. I can see the document. I can set a featured image if I want, but remember this is my home page where the theme already has that image that I set, so I'm not going to worry about that. Page attributes will give us the order of the page. 0 is the highest, which is fine. Discussion, do I want to allow comments on this page? Well, this isn't a blog post or anything, so no, I don't want to allow comments. The permalink is what it's actually going to link to. Visibility, I want to keep published. It'll give me the date here, and I'll say update this. Okay, great. So I've updated that page. Before I view it, I'm going to go back to my dashboard to view my pages. Unique elegant art is just fine. And I'm going to do a quick edit here. My slug is what is shown in the URL. I don't want it to say sample page. I want it to say ER Studios Home. And there's no parent page. I don't want a password. I can change the date that this was altered here. As you can see, status I want to keep published. And I'll update this. Okay, great. Now I'm just going to go ahead and create a couple pages. Going to add a new page here. This is going to be my about page. So about me, and I'm going to write a little bit about my company and what services I offer, perhaps some background and other likely things you might find on an about page. Great. And so I have one paragraph here. I can go down and I can give you a little header, so I can say maybe there's pricing, and I want this not to be paragraph. Select it, and I want this to be a header. I don't want it to be so large, maybe a header 3, okay? We're going to drop down again, and I'll say, see the pricing page for details about pricing. Okay, great. And maybe at the end, just for fun, I'll add a quote, live art. Someone said that. And this one, I'm going to make this a quote, and you'll see what that looks like. Okay, so now I have my about page. It's going to ask if I want a featured image. We're not going to do that yet. We're going to do a different method a little bit later on, so I'm just going to leave that for now. I'm going to publish it. All right, so I have an about page. I'm going to go back to my pages here. Oh, you've made changes. Cancel. Publish it. So if you forget to press it, it'll remind you. All right, so we'll go back here, look at my pages. Now we can see I have an about me, a home page. I'm going to do one more. This is going to be pricing. Okay. Add pricing details here. Great. I'm going to leave that for now. Of course, you can come back to this, flesh it all out. Go back to our pages again. And we'll get into the portfolio creation in the next lesson. So now we have some basic static pages. We want to add them to our menu so we can see what our menu looks like. So over here in Appearance, go to your Menus link. And right now, we haven't actually created any, so we're going to have to create one. Let's say this is going to be on the top. So top menu, to create it, it automatically starts adding pages in there for us. We're going to create it. Okay, there it is. Do we want to add them to the primary menu? Yes. And do we want to auto add static pages to the top level? We don't want to do this in case we create other content that's deeper in the site. We don't actually want it to appear in our menu. So for our home page, we don't want it to say that as the menu link. Here's the navigation label. We just want it to say home, like other sites. In the About Me, instead of saying About Me, we just keep it short, About. And pricing can stay, that's fine, that makes sense. That's going to be our link. We're going to save this menu. And when we navigate back over to our home page, and I'll refresh this, you'll see our menu added up here. So in the next lesson, we're going to look at creating the portfolio page, what that looks like, create a couple categories, add it to the menu, and you'll see the menu expand with a drop-down availability. And as we scale this, you can see our menu jump into a mobile-friendly spot right here.